Hello everybody, my name is Luke Dancy, and it is a sad, sad day in the magic community. We have lost another one of our living legends, and they just seem to keep going, and it's not a good thing. So I know that there probably will be a broken wand ceremony for Eugene, probably in Chicago, but you know, unfortunately, a lot of us, we can't get to where the actual ceremony will be, so I thought it would only be fitting if we joined together magicians all around the world, maybe for half an hour or so. We'll pay tribute to Eugene Burger, who, as you all know, we lost recently to terminal cancer. Heartbreaking stuff, really, really sad. And this one hit me pretty hard. You know, we lost Daryl recently, and now Eugene, and you know, these are the guys growing up as a magician that were my heroes. You know, and to see them no longer here, it really, really puts the sting on. So, yeah, you know, this is tough, but I know things happen. Life happens, as I say. But I wanted to spend some time with you guys today to celebrate the life of Eugene Burger. I've got some video clips pulled up of him. I've got some pictures of some of you guys, actually, that I've been seeing over on Facebook. I grabbed a few. I've got them on here for you, too. And I've got a very special tribute video for you guys that I'm going to wrap this up with. But I do invite you that if you have any stories about Eugene Burger, feel free to post them now. I can bring them up. We can talk about them. Also, if we have people on Facebook, if you have pictures of you and Eugene, post them in the comments section. You can actually put them in the comment. That'd be kind of cool to get a collection of you guys, you know, with your pictures of Eugene Burger. So I've also set up a little area here in the studio. We've got the candle lit here for Eugene today. Of course, the picture of Eugene as well. You know, he was known for one routine out of many. This is one that really stood out, and that was his gypsy thread, and it used a candle. We will actually be seeing that in just a little bit, but I did light a candle tonight in memory of our friend, the lost Eugene Burger. So, yeah, this one's tough, guys. So I did get some nice messages from you guys. I also want to send my condolences. The whole Murphy's family wants to send our condolences out to, of course, Eugene's family, and also his extended family. You know, there are people in our industry that are very close friends that become family over the years, and I'm sure this one has hit Jeff McBride pretty hard and his family. So our condolences go out to not only Eugene's family, but also, you know, the extended family, Jeff McBride, you know, his whole circle of friends. You know, they teach magic to people. They have students from all over the world. I know this has to hit Jeff pretty hard. And, you know, from all of us, Jeff, we're really, really sorry for your loss. And everyone else that had a very strong connection to Eugene, we do send our condolences. Sad, sad stuff. So, you know, I don't want it to all be sad. I do have some video clips here of Eugene performing some magic, you know, kind of give us a good way to think about him too. So if you guys want to kick back and just enjoy some of this with me, like I said, we've got about half an hour or so. And if you have any stories you want to share, I'm keeping an eye over on the chat area too. So let's kick it off with a performance of something I did just mention. One of the things he was known for was the gypsy thread. If you've never seen his version of it, you can see just how powerful you can make a classic routine and make it feel bigger than it is too. So hope you enjoy this. We will be back to share some more thoughts. If you guys have more stories about Eugene, post them and we'll feel free to mention them as well. All right, so take a look at the gypsy thread done by one of the best we've ever had.
Yellow cotton thread, a single length which will represent the entire universe. In the stories of India, it is the god Brahma who creates the universe and all that there is. Brahma then retires, and the god Vishnu takes over, and Vishnu sustains and preserves the universe in every moment of its existence. And then, at the end of time, the god Shiva appears and dances the Tandava dance, a weird and terrible dance of fire, in which the entire material universe is destroyed in blinding light, brighter than 10,000 suns, and the universe is no more. There is only silence, vast cosmic sleep. And out of this cosmic sleep, Brahma wakens himself again. He looks about and seeing nothing, he decides to create the universe again. And creating it, he retires, pleased with his eternal play.
And there you have it, my friend. I love how he finished that with the signature brow raise. And I won't even pretend to do that because he owned that. The look. He gave everyone the look. But as you can tell, he put so much theater, so much passion into something that most people just tear up pieces of string, ball it up, and put it back together. He was known for doing that. And in a lot of his books that are out there, he goes over not just magic tricks, but the real way to present them to where they really do feel like real magic. I know that was something that he was known for. And I know a lot of people that had a chance to spend time with him really felt like he was someone that, yes, he was at a very high level in our industry at the top, but he always felt very approachable and willing to help. And that's something I've heard time and time again. I think that's why yesterday we saw so many people posting pictures with Eugene Burger and calling him their dear friend and someone that meant a lot to them. And you saw it over and over and over again. And that speaks volumes, doesn't it? So, yeah. And, you know, I see someone over here on YouTube saying it's great because these performances will inspire future generations. And honestly, that's one of the big reasons why I think that doing these type of things is important, because there's so much new that is hitting the magic world that we sometimes forget about the old and the things that got us to the point where we are now. You know what I mean? And it'd be a shame, really big shame, for those things to be lost. We lose people, but that doesn't mean we have to lose them and what impact they had on our community. You know, I wanted to share a picture. I got one pulled up here. This is, of course, Eugene with his right-hand man, Jeff McBride. Those two were like two peas in a pod. You know, best friends, family. You know, I don't know how much more you can say, but those guys together, they were just right. You know what I mean? And it's tough to think that we won't be seeing Eugene around anymore. It's just not right. You know what I mean? Someone else saying his slow-mo transport. You know, let's pull up YouTube for a second. I've got a little thing pulled up here as well. Hello, guys. Over on YouTube, someone's saying Eugene's slow-mo transpo is one of the greatest effects of all times. It is. He had a 5-in-1 transpo that he was very well known for. He always used to say, you know, as a magician, you should always be prepared to do something. You know, so he would throw that in his pocket and he's ready to go. Who doesn't carry money? You know. Someone else, Josh Baird, says, I love his Inquisition card warp. Yeah, I mean, anything that Eugene touched, you know, he put his touch on, it became something so much more than just a trick, didn't it? It didn't matter if it was something like card warp or gypsy thread like we just watched, and some of the other clips I got for you, you see some tricks that become miracles in his hands, you know what I mean? Andrew Nagy, who just sent me an image a couple of minutes ago, says he met Eugene at a convention back in April, so that's pretty recent. My dad bought Eugene's book, Mastering the Art of Magic, and he signed a very nice message in the book. To Andrew, with wishes to your magical success. Yeah, he was always so supportive, and I think that's one of the things that is a staple with the name Eugene Burger. So I'm going to pull up Facebook here too. We are celebrating the life of Eugene Burger together today, guys. Again, we have a little setup here in the studio. Got a picture of Eugene and the candle that's burning for him today. So, you know, we are definitely thinking about him and missing him already. That is for sure. Yeah. All right. So let me pull up the Facebook page as well. Hello, Facebook friends. I see Jonathan says, RIP to one of the greatest magicians and storytellers. Yeah, that was something he did very well, right? He was a great storyteller. Yeah, he did that very, very well. Better than many will ever be able to do. David Brott, thank you for doing this, Luke. I know it's not an easy task, but I respect you for doing tribute. Yeah, I mean, it's something that needs to be done for these guys. They've devoted their life to magic. And if you weren't, if they weren't around, where would we be? You know what I mean? So, yeah. Let's show another clip here of some stuff from Eugene. This is him performing a coin trick. But again, this is something that shows the power of presentation. So have a look, and we will continue this celebration together.
Oh, let's see. I've always been yes, don't look at me, I'm glad you're learning. I've always been a fan of carnival games. And this is a kind of interesting one. I've got 4, these are like premium coins commemorating the Statue of Liberty. So there's a little message on one side, and on the other side there is the Statue of Liberty drinking a quart of oil. You have to look carefully. Well, first I'll do this. I call this the 3-coin trick. In fact, I call it the 3-coin mystery.
Okay.
But I'm going to do it with 4 coins.
That was
Yeah.
Well, there are 4 coins there, yes. So, here. The first coin goes into the hand. The second coin goes into the hand. The third coin into the hand. The fourth, no. This is a mystery with 3 coins.
very good.
Yes.
And there you have it, my friends. Just another look at Eugene Burger and his element in his zone as a performer, known the world over for those presentations to, again, make tricks into miracles. And his voice, come on, the deep voice, who could ever miss that? You would walk in a convention, you'd hear him a mile away, wouldn't you? Let's see who else has some words to say over on Facebook. Derek says, very, very amazing, talented person. He sat down with me at dinner one night at a convention, amazing person before anything. Yeah, I think that's a very important thing. He wasn't just, a great magician. He was also just a great person, willing to share his time and attention with pretty much anybody that asked for it. And you don't see a lot of that these days, So something we should all definitely try to lead by example. See him doing it. Why not? Have us do the same thing, So come back here for just a sec. Actually, let's go back to Facebook real quick. I see someone just popped up a nice message. I want to make sure we get to these. These are great. Keep sharing those stories and thoughts, guys, about Eugene Burger. That's what this is all about. Rick says, I was first introduced to Eugene's magic in 1996 with the help of friends. I got him to Nashville to do a lecture in 2002, and I got to spend 5 days with him asking questions and just sitting at his feet. We talked off and on over the years, and I'm going to miss his friendship and his wisdom. Well, thank you, Rick, for sharing that with us. That's amazing. 5 days. Many would have just done anything to get that, and there you were. So that's amazing, Rick. And thanks for sharing. Appreciate it. Daniel Mack, brilliant performance. Never had the privilege to meet him, but he's influenced my magic directly and through many others. Yeah, that's a beautiful thing when your work is so powerful that even if you don't have a direct connection to that person, it can still have a huge influence. That says a lot, right? Absolutely. Before we get back over to YouTube and check on you guys as well, and as you keep sharing your stories, have another picture here. This is one, I don't remember exactly who this is with him, but you can see Eugene's in the middle, taking some love. He's enjoying it. Like I said, I grabbed some photos from Facebook, and this is one of the ones that popped up on my feed, so I tried to grab a couple of these as well. And there's some also featured in the tribute video that we will feature at the end of this tribute show. So you can see the laughter on his face. It's still so surreal that this has all happened, And again, I said it earlier, he's one of the group of heroes in our industry. And I've said this time and time again, I think it's really important that we try to enjoy these people, learn from them, respect them while they're still here. Because look what we're doing now. He was here a week ago, and he was just another magician, and here he is now because he's not with us. He's getting all this attention. It's not really the way it should be, Just my thoughts. Let's jump back over here to YouTube. I know you guys have a lot of things to say too. Hopefully there's some stories that you guys are sharing too. Jacob says, I saw him teach a coin trick on the Penguin lecture. That was one of my few pieces of pure magic I've ever seen. There you go. Pure magic. I'm also a big Mastering the Art of Magic fan. There you go. I also helped move Eugene's table off the stage to set up his booth. Well, all right, Andrew. That is cool. Let's see. And someone's asking about the stream. When will it be? This will actually be up a little bit later as well as a replay. So if you can't join us for the whole time. I'm actually eating a burger for dinner right now in honor of Eugene. All right. That's from Andrew Nagy. Andrew actually sent me a picture. I think this was back in April. He was with Eugene at a convention. He sent me this just before I went live. I wanted to make sure I show it here. That's our buddy Andrew over on YouTube, hanging with the master that was Eugene Burger. Very cool. And thank you, Andrew, for sending that our way to have a look at. All right. Let's see what other thoughts you guys have over here. I'm keeping an eye on the socials while I do this. Ryan says something nice. Let's pull it up here. Where did it go? Ryan, I just saw him in the documentary called Make Believe last week. Had no idea he would die so soon. I mean, none of us did. That's the sad part. You just never know with life and how things go, Johnny says, Mastering the Art of Magic is amazing. Yes, true that. Let's see. I wish I could attend one of his lectures. Yeah, that's why, guys, again, if you see any of these masters around you, make it a point to go and see them. Just because you think they're always going to be there doesn't mean that they will, and you will miss out on some very important information. But the nice thing is, again, the lessons, the advice, the wisdom is all shared in the collected works of these people and their books and their DVDs and things. So at least they live on through those things, So that's good. Let's check out another clip of Eugene Burger. This one is him in his element. I'm not exactly sure where this is, but it almost feels like, I don't think it's the Magic Castle, but it has that kind of feel. A live performance, him with a group of people. They're all just having fun. And again, just look at how comfortable he is as a performer and how he can make something that is simple as a trick into something that plays a lot bigger than it is. I think that's a lesson we could all learn with all of our magic, So have a look at this. Another live performance of the lost legend that is Eugene Burger.
Well, let's do a hard one, Barbara. Okay, hold your left-hand palm upward. I'm going to send Barbara a thought. Now, Barbara, to receive a thought requires a lot of imagination, but I know already that you have a good one. So imagine this. Imagine that I could come over to the deck that you're holding, reach in and remove all of the cards of one color. In your imagination, tell me, did I remove the red cards or the black ones? Absolutely right. She's good. Now, that means that you're imagining you're holding a box that contains only black cards, spades and clubs. I want to use one of those suits. You were so good before, I'll send it you mentally. Barbara, shall we use spades or clubs?
Clubs.
Right again. Good. She's good at this. Now, in a deck of cards, there are 13 different clubs. We'll speed this up a bit and eliminate half of them. Barbara, when I snap my fingers, you say high or low.
High.
High is eliminated. I think I love you. There's the ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of clubs. I'm going to send Barbara one of those cards. and she's going to get it. You know why I didn't pick you?
Why?
You're going to get the wrong card. How could I know that?
How?
I'm a trained professional. But see what card you got.
Okay.
And see what card you got.
All right.
Ready? Ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Barbara, what card did you get?
5. 5.
Really? Oh. Knowing that she got the 5, too, do you want to change your card?
Sure.
There's always that percentage. Okay, ready? Ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What did you get that
I
time?
got 7.
The 7 of clubs. What did you get that time?
I stuck with the 5.
You stuck with the 5. Now, do you want to keep the 7 or do you want to change it? It's up to you.
I'll keep it.
Let me ask you one more question. Is the 7 of clubs, not spades, but clubs, your favorite card in the deck, or is it just another card to you?
It's just another card.
Believe it or not, Barbara, the 7 of clubs is my favorite card in the deck. And not only that, it is the card I was mentally sending you the whole time out of all of these cards. And Barbara, you got it. Congratulations. It took you 2 times, but you got it. And you cynically don't believe me. I can prove it. See, my favorite card, the 7 of clubs, the card I was sending Barbara, has a blue back. The back of every other card in the deck is red. Barbara, check them out. I'm so glad I didn't pick you.
There we go again, my friends. Another look at Eugene Burger, the man, the myth, the legend, the beard, and the voice, and that laugh that he had too, pretty contagious, in a much different way than Daryl's laugh, who he also lost, but still something that I will never forget. I remember as a teenager, quick little story from me to you. One of my first major conventions, I went to the National SAM Convention, Society of American Magicians Convention. I went to that one in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And I'll never forget the night that I had where it was me and several other, I was still in my teens. We were sitting at a table with this legend, and he was just one of us for that time. And I think that's one reason why it really sticks now, is because as that young, impressionable age, that attention meant so much. And I don't think that sometimes even the youth today get that attention. And I don't think that they feel it, so maybe they try to find it in other ways, you know? But as people have mentioned before on here, he was not just an amazing performer, but also just an amazing human being. And that's something that you'll hear over and over and over again. We can all hope for that when we're not around as well, but it speaks volumes. Another image that I found here that I want to make sure that I shared. This one, I saw this on Facebook as well. This comes from Losander. You can't really see too much about what's going on the bottom there, but this is him showing Eugene Burger his very first version of the floating table. You can see Losander looks a little younger. Eugene looks, well, in his element. He's checking, looking, processing. But yeah, this is an older image. I think it's 15 years old. I think that's what I saw. I saw Losander post this today. And another look there. So yeah, time flies too. That's the other thing to keep in mind, guys, that sometimes the people that we have with us here now, before you know it, they're not with us anymore. So again, I know life goes fast, things happen fast, but sometimes it's good to slow down and just to enjoy what we have. So I hope some of you that are going to be joining us here in Las Vegas for the Magic Live convention, maybe you take a little different approach to the convention. And if you see some of those guys that maybe you've heard of or that you've always wished you could learn from, now is the time. Now is the time. All right. Omar says he sent a message to Jeff expressing his condolences. Yeah, I mean, again, I mentioned Jeff McBride a little bit, a little while ago. Can't even talk. This must be really hard on Jeff, for sure. So I have a couple more clips. I also had a message over on Facebook. A couple of nice messages here. I want to jump back over there real quick. who was it that said, yeah, Rick Green says he believed that the performance we just saw was at the bar lounge at Big's restaurant where he performed for so many years. Okay, thank you, Rick. That would make sense. It didn't look like the castle, but it had that kind of vibe. So appreciate the info there, Rick. Ian says, because of him, I was exposed to Matt Schulian. Well, I mean, that's a great reason to learn about the magic of Matt Schulian. Eugene was very connected to the good stuff. Jean-Luc, good to see you, sir. He says, what's your favorite trick from him, Luke? I'd have to say one of my favorites from Eugene Burger is definitely the gypsy thread. It shows that you could have something as simple as a piece of thread and you could turn it into a masterpiece. Just the way you present it, the way that you set the tone with the candle and the way that he just, the patter with it, you know, it made it into something that we all, not all of us, but a lot of us take that type of trick and we just do it and it just happens. Nothing just happened when Eugene performed, right? Very cool. Getting some nice thoughts here. You're very welcome, Paul. This was definitely something I feel was necessary for the magic community. You know, people like Eugene are a dime. They're not a dime a dozen, very rare breed. But magicians, we kind of get used to this. Okay, here's another trick. And that's the mentality is tricks are a dime a dozen. But the magicians that are performing these classics, these miracles and creating this stuff, they're not. But somehow they get lost. It's kind of backwards, you know. But we will do our best to make sure that these guys do not get lost over the years, all right? It's all up to us to do that. It's up to me, it's up to you, it's up to all of us, okay? Something to keep in mind. Eric says, Eugene Burger, American Master, Chicago Institution, rest in peace. A magician's magician, the storyteller's voice, yes. The simplifier movement, the eye of the cyclone, the joy of 1,000 children plus one, the master of meaning and magic, beyond tricks, yet teacher of, teacher of tricks, trickster, performer, philosopher, dreamer, teacher, Minch. Kindness is the strongest magic. Well said. The world has lost one of the kindest, strongest blessings and fine remembrances. Man, yeah, a lot of good. I'm getting goosebumps, man. There's a lot of truth to all of that. 100%. Well said, Eric, and thank you for sharing that with us. Yeah, I can't really add much to that. You nailed it pretty good there. Let's see if any other... Tom Wong, I love this man's beard. It reminds me of the Santa of the magic industry. All right. Spreading joy wherever he goes. That's true. I'll give you that. That's true. Hey, Luke, can I send you a pic? Yeah, you can send. Unfortunately, I'm not able to bring in any pics live, so I can't do that. I'm sorry. But you can post it here. I believe you can post your picture here as a comment on Facebook if you like. Austin Brooks. I was a student of Eugene and met with him once a week for 3 years. While other teachers taught me how to do amazing magic, it was Eugene that taught me how to be a magician. I will miss him. Well said, Austin. I'm glad that you shared that with us. It's also a great reminder to people that when you do things, when you learn things, when you know how a trick's done, when you learn how to do a trick, that does not mean that you know how to do it. Eugene wasn't someone that made it a point to tell people that, but the people that wanted to learn the real work, he was more than happy to share that. And he was someone that was, of course, a master at that, how to present, how to do. And 3 years, once a week, Austin, man, that is something else, dude. I envy that. I'm sure a lot of people do. Yeah. So thank you for sharing that, Austin. Appreciate it. And, again, to the young guys out here that are watching, sometimes you should kind of shift your attention away from what you're doing online and what you're posting online. And there's a wealth of stuff out there for you that already exists that it would be a shame if you were to overlook it, such as the work of Eugene Burger and many others that we've lost and have come before. Because, we all stand on the shoulders of giants, but we should not push them down because they're holding us up. Without them, we wouldn't be where we are as magicians, Every generation of magicians gets better because of what came before. And if we just cover up the past, the works, the thoughts, the wisdom with new DVDs and new products, and we just bury all the old stuff with the new, then no one wins. And magic certainly doesn't win. We need to keep that history and cherish what we have, and not just covered up with what we have now. You know. With that said, I'm going to show another classic effect, of course, done with the Eugene Burger touch. Little matchbox animation for you. Another prime example of just how you can take something that most of us just overlook and found a way to put his own touch on it again. So have a look at this. Again, I appreciate all these kinds of messages, stories. If you have more, feel free to share them. We have a little longer here. Some people were asking how he did die. Unfortunately, Eugene Burger died of terminal cancer. And that is a word that I think all of us wish would disappear. And that's not to be funny, no pun intended, but I'm sure a lot of people outside of magic and everywhere wishes that word would just go away. You know, and now here it has stolen one of our greats. It's not good. All right, my friends, have a look at another performance of Eugene Burger here. Live performance for you.
Want to do, and that sensible people should do what they want to do. Well, what I want to do is some magic. Hello, I'm here with Kathleen and Mike, and I'm going to show them something rather interesting. And before I do that, I shall first set the stage with a magic carpet. Don't look in the magic box, Kathleen, your eyes will fall out. Little candle, and here, tell the matchbox to stand up.
Please stand up.
Tell it to fall down.
Fall down.
Much easier. Tell it to open.
Open.
And not only that, the best part is that you can actually check this out as I light the candle.
Oh.
I did it for you. Now.
And there's another very nice look at not only Eugene and his performance style, but also how he's able to take something that is so simple, make it powerful, but he always used to have that little sense of humor too. You know, he was never too good to do things even like the sponge balls. And that's not a clip that I have queued up, but you go online and you take a look at Eugene Burger doing the sponge balls, you just, it's a lesson. It's a lesson in goodness. And it's hard to believe someone of his character would do SpongeBob, but it worked. It worked in some crazy way. So yeah, really nice to see so many friends sharing messages and things too here. Makes this a little bit easier. And then I have another image here I found on Facebook. This one came from, I think his name's Brian. I saw this in the feed on Facebook over at Misdirection's Magic Shop. A nice picture of him and Eugene Burger as well. So it's nice to see the feed. I don't know about you, but my Facebook feed for the last 24 hours has been like one big tribute to Eugene Burger, which I like to see it, but it's sad to see it there because that means it's real. You know what I mean? And I don't want this to be real. I don't think any of us do. But unfortunately it is, and we will, you know, try to remember him, respect him, and you know, last night I spent about 6 hours cutting a video for you guys. I'm going to play it here in just a few minutes at the end of this. I'll post it up as a separate clip, maybe tomorrow over the weekend or something. But I just want to make sure that we all make a point to remember the greats, appreciate the greats, because there aren't many left. And that's a hard thing to realize, especially someone that grew up as a kid looking at magic and these big eyes in this world of magic, and these guys are like superstars, and I guess they're human too, you know, at the end of the day. And that's hard that these guys aren't here anymore. I still don't know how to process it. I mean, I don't think any of us do. Yeah. I believe it was Tuesday night. Someone was asking when he passed. I believe it was Tuesday night as well, yeah. I saw the message, I think, from Jeff McBride yesterday. So yeah, Ryan Magic, not too proud to say that I'm only 13 and I'm bawling my eyes out right now. A couple months ago, I couldn't decide between Shin Lim's lecture, Eugene Burger's. I bought Shin Lim's, but now I want Eugene's. Hey, his work is still here, even though he's not, and that's the best part about all of this, you know. So we can still learn from him, and he lives on through his works, you know, that have been put out through the years. So that's good. That is good. he talks about it, mastering the art of magic. Doesn't want to keep doing sponge balls, but people requested it so much that he kept it in his repertoire for them. Rob Greenlee, thanks for sharing that. I heard that too, that he was trying to get rid of the sponge balls. But people love it. Yeah. Yeah. Jan, saw him only a few seconds at FISM 2015. Great voice, bright light, sad day. Yeah, it's a sad day for sure. But, you know, we're all doing our best to celebrate the good. And there's a lot to celebrate in there. A lot to celebrate. All right. I'm going to take probably one more look over at our Facebook page. If you guys have any last stories or thoughts, feel free to share them now. And then I've got one last video to share with you before we wrap this up. So again, you know, in any magic convention, Magic Live is coming up, starts this weekend. That's where you can have a chance to meet some of these people like Eugene Burger and learn from them and appreciate them. Can't say it enough, you know. I've been around magic for 30 years now, and I always kind of looked at Eugene Burger as like this, just, he's always going to be there. You know, he's like the grandfather of magic. He's just the guy, and then he's gone. And that's a big, big void to fill. You can't fill that void. You know, you just can't fill that. Let me check Facebook one more time, and then we'll show you the video I put together. Brian Watson Eugene not only left magic in a better place than when he found it, he also left anyone he crossed paths with in a better place too. That's real magic. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. And he definitely left magic. He made it better. Magic is better because of him. I'll agree with that as well, 100%. Yeah, Austin Brooks, I know how you feel. He seemed to never age. Isn't that the truth? Some people, they're not supposed to. They're just always going to be there, right? That doesn't happen. That's why it hits so hard, you know? I love his performance with Jeff McBride's wife. I remember I saw a video with Eugene perform a nice mentalism card trick to her. It's in his video about presentations. All right, thanks for sharing, Jose. I'll have to check that out for sure. See Mark Spellman popping in there. So probably going to take a look one more time at YouTube, and then we'll say our goodbyes. I don't have any information at this moment about a broken wand ceremony, but if we hear anything at Murphy's Magic, we'll be sure to let you guys know about it. So if you are, you know, in the area, you could attend that, I'm sure. I don't have any idea where or what, but when we know anything, you guys will know. And I'm kind of hoping that they may do something at Magic Live as well. I know Jeff is, I think, in China on tour, so I don't know how that's going to happen, but we'll see. Zero Jones, excuse me, Zero Jones says, thanks for doing this, Luke. It's helped a lot, a bit, I'm sorry. You're welcome. The thing that baffles me is that it is not really the effect that is awesome, but its presentation, management and psychology over it that makes unique and no words could explain. That is definitely a lesson I think that we should all learn and remember more than anything with Eugene Burger is two things. Not only that presentation is just as important, if not more, than the tricks, but also that being a good human being is just as important. When you do that, that's what makes you become a legend, because you are not someone that's unapproachable, but very approachable and willing to share and help. And that only helps to nourish magic and to make it grow, make it better. A lot of lessons to be learned from Eugene Burger, and those are just a couple that I've definitely carried with me. Eugene's Gourmet Close-Up is the first video I ever purchased. I was blown away. I felt so honored to meet him at a mystery school and learn from the master himself. Yeah, the mystery school will be, man, I don't know how those guys are going to handle this, you know. The mystery school is located here in Vegas. Jeff McBride and his right-hand man, Eugene Burger, and a few other people on their staff, but they were the leaders, you know, they were the guys. I also learned from him at the mystery school. It's from Nathan. At this moment, I wish I would have put more time and energy into what he taught. Yeah. I mean, we still can. We still can with his information he left behind, you know, anything he left behind, he left that for us, you know, and that doesn't age. That doesn't go away. That's the good part. I still remember the tricks he taught. I learn more from his thoughts than the specific tricks, but I should put more time into them. He could fool the hell out of people with the simplest of methods. Well said, Johnny. It's true. It's true. Tom Long, good night, Eugene, you beautiful man. Yeah. Wish him farewell. So nice to hear you guys have so many nice things to say as well. Good stories, good memories. Magic is better because of him, but we all feel bad right now. We all feel sad. But without him being here, there would be so many missing pieces, you know? And again, just try to recognize that now. We still have people around that you can learn from. And I try to say this all the time. I just don't know why people are so focused on the tricks and stuff when it's the people that can make you better. It's the people. There are people out there that can still help you and guide you, like Juan Tamariz. He's not going to be around forever. God forbid, I don't want anything to happen to him, but that's another example. He is someone, so much to share. And thank goodness we knew the Eugene Burger, the legend that he was when he was here, because that's why we got books out of him and DVDs and other resources, you know. We knew it when he was here. And it's amazing that we'll have all those things to learn from through the years to come. So I spent a little while last night. I'm going to end this with a video that I put together. I'm not going to lie to you, it was one of the hardest things I've had to do in a very, very long time. Not logistically, emotionally. I went on a little roller coaster ride. And I did this, my little piece to say goodbye. And we'll never forget. We should never forget. So that is it for this. I want to thank all of you for tuning in, joining in, celebrating with me. And just because this tribute's done doesn't mean you can't continue to post your stories about Eugene or the good thoughts or the things that, the impression that he left on you. All right, so I'm going to go to this one more time. Just saying goodbye to an old friend. Lost but not forgotten, that's for sure. All right, my friends, keep in mind something. Magic is not just magic shops where you go buy tricks. Magic is a family. It's a brotherhood. And we do care a lot about each other. So if you're new to this stuff, if you're new to magic, welcome to a beautiful world, as you see here. And if you've been around this for a while, you know what I'm talking about. Enjoy it, have fun with it, cherish it. It's so many that we should do with the work and the memory that is Eugene Burger. My name is Luke Dancy. It has been an honor to do this for you and for the video you're about to see. It was an honor to do this. It's my small piece to you guys and to Eugene's memory.
I believe that as a magician, I have a really important job on this planet. It's to help people wake up. And I want to wish all of you good luck in your endeavors, and I wish I could be with you.